All right, so this, of course, is the big voting day. The Americans are out on the roads in their millions. They're heading to the polling booths and they're casting their votes to elect their next president. And WION's Ananya Datta is, of course, tracking everything that's happening on the ground. Over to you, Ananya.
Thanks a lot for that, Saleh. It is the final election day in US. So much is happening in this action-packed presidential race. Let's quickly take a look at what's shaping this race. The 2024 election in the US are setting records one after the other, and this polling season is set to become the most expensive in the country's history. Total contributions from presidential and US congressional races have reached a landmark $15.9 billion. Now, this as compared to $15.1 billion that was spent in 2020 and just $6.5 billion back in 2016. Democratic presidential candidate and incumbent Vice President Kamala Harris has emerged as the leading fundraiser, with her campaign raking in over $1 billion. On the other hand, Donald Trump's campaign raised $382 million directly. However, private committees have contributed to $694 million to the Republican leader's campaign. Election officials in Pennsylvania have begun counting mail-in and absentee ballots. The battleground state with 19 electoral votes is critical to secure a presidential win. However, it is important to note that it may take a while or even days before all the votes in the state are counted. Also, several states have reported disruptions to the voting process. The latest news is coming from Georgia. In the battleground state, authorities say that non-credible threats briefly disrupted voting at 2 polling locations in the swing state. Election officials say that they will seek a court order to extend voting hours after 5 non-credible bomb threats were reported. Now, these threats led to officials temporarily evacuating 2 polling stations for over 30 long minutes. And more reports coming in of parties trying to disrupt the election process in the final day. The Federal Bureau of Investigation has issued a warning against 2 fake videos. The agency has warned American citizens about the 2 videos that are falsely citing terror threats and voter fraud. As the FBI tries to combat election disinformation, FBI officials have said that both videos are not authentic and that these are attempts to deceive the public with false content. Also, Donald Trump addressed the media after he cast his ballot in Palm Beach, Florida. The Republican presidential nominee spoke on a slew of topics, calling the current campaign his best of the 3 elections. Trump also emphasized his stance on immigration, calling it the #1 issue following inflation.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.